So this weekend is championship weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Only 4 teams remain, and after this weekend, there will only be two. So,
Woo!
14
I don't know what order you have
16
them there,
teams.
Delilah, so just go ahead and put up the first game, and we'll go
All
with
right,
that. I'm
here
not
we
sure.
go.
Yeah, there you go. So we got Lions and 49ers. Right. And again, I don't know if everybody paid attention. It's not that it's a huge deal, but I like coincidences sometimes. Both of these matchups this week are 1 seeds and 3 seeds in both championship games. So we got the 1 and the 3 seeds in both conferences that have made it to the final 2 in their conference. So here we go. Lions 49ers. Now, I'll get mine out of the way real quick because here's my whole thing. Because I think this is what's important for Detroit if they are going to win this game. Their rush defense hasn't always been great. It has to be great this weekend. Because I guarantee you, like you said, especially if Debo is out, Christian McCaffrey is going to be a workhorse. And if you cannot stop that young man, you are not going to win this game, Detroit. You hear what I'm saying? Let me holler at you, player, because I'm telling you, you're not going to do it. Because Christian McCaffrey can take over a game. We've seen him do it. And if he can get through that Lions rush defense, it could be a long day for Los Leones of Detroit. So, again, that's my quick take. I'm going to send it over to you guys next. But, hey, okay, Sean said something. Last time they met in the postseason was in 1993. San Francisco beat Detroit in the divisional round. Their first matchup was in 57 when the Lions emerged victorious. Thank you, Sean, very much for that. We appreciate that, sir. But, yeah, I think that is one of the keys for me is how the Lions, Aaron Glenn, is going to have the boys. Okay, Nate, I hope you're right, sir. The Lions are a great story, and I've seen San Francisco here before. Wouldn't mind seeing the Lions get to the Super Bowl. Just saying, be the first time, right? So, but yeah, so that's that's one of the keys for me is I really want to see how that rush defense of Detroit stands up against Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy and them. So, Delilah, we'll start with you first. Your impression, what's going to happen here? What are your prediction if you want? Lions, 49ers this weekend.
I think the 49ers are beatable. I mean, I know that they won, and it's a game of inches. I heard the whole speech the Fast and Furious speech, okay?
Yeah.
I know it. Doesn't mean it win by an inch or a mile. All I'm saying is that the 49ers actually show that they're vulnerable and that they are beatable. And I think the Lions do have a chance. I like Dan Campbell as a coach as well. Just like, Kyle Shanahan has done great things with the 49ers. I think Dan Campbell has done great things with the Lions and turning around that culture and making these guys really mesh and connect. And they show that their defense is better than people thought, right? They actually did put a lot of pressure on, they're covering the right people. Tina was saying, CMC didn't even have a lot of catches until later. And I feel like I think Detroit's going to follow the same scheme that Green Bay did, which is keep CMC for doing what CMC does.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and if Debo's out, like people said, I think that's going to hurt. Yeah, I think that's going to hurt 49ers more than they're willing to admit. And so I'm going to give this one to the number 3 Lions. I want to see them go to the Super Bowl for the first time ever. So I'm going to go with Detroit. Come on.
Okay, no, fair enough. Four enough. Handy, what saith you, my friend? Lions, 49ers.
I'm going to go with the Lions because, I have traced my heritage back to Africa. And in Africa, we don't have a lot of lions. And so I have to go with my hometown team because I'm not originally from Detroit. So by 8 degrees of separation. Oh, you asked me what my impression was of the game. I figured I'd give you the second impression of the show.
There you go.
But
thank you.
Yes.
I expect nothing less, Anthony. Thank you. It's okay.
No, but I do. I think the Lions have put something together that definitely has the potential to. I mean, there have only been 3 other teams to do it this season. In those teams with no slouch either. So I'm definitely thinking the Lions can get this job done against the 49ers. They looked mortal. Delilah said it already. They looked very mortal this past Saturday. And I know that weather was a big factor. Weather can be a great equalizer in any game. I mean, rain, snow, fog. that kind of stuff. But I think the Lions can bring the kryptonite to the Superman over in Santa Clara. They play in Santa Clara, don't they? Wherever the stadium is. It's the only problem with
yeah.
Santa Clara, all the doggone vampires. There you go.
Oh
So
my
yeah,
God, there it
I'm
is.
definitely going. I'm going with the Lions on this one, and that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Tina, once you get your little sip in there, we'll come to you. What are your impressions for this week? If you have an impression, do you do impressions like Andy? You can do one if you like. But what are your thoughts on this Sunday's game?
Remember, I do nicknames, not impressions.
That's right. Nicknames, not impressions. There you go.
Niners. I think it's going to be the Niners. And I think, like what you talked about, getting Christian McCaffrey involved in, et cetera, all those things are good. Here's my problem. I think the weak point on Detroit, I agree with Nate, is their offense. If San Francisco's defense can start getting to Jared Goff and Jared starts making mistakes, that's going to be hard for the Lions to overcome. That's a weak point. It's always been a weak point. Yes, their run defense is better, but they have not played a person like Christian McCaffrey who can catch and run and those things like that. I know a lot of people are like, hey, you know what? They're mortal. They're there. Yeah. Debo doesn't play. It'll change some things. But unlike in the game against Green Bay, Debo's probably not going to be playing a lot this week. So Brock is going to be playing with the third and the fourth string wide receivers that were sitting on the bench and had to come into the game cold. So, I just Shanahan. A lot of people are like, oh, I personally think Shanahan was keeping Christian McCaffrey out of the playbook because he wanted to prove that there was something to their team being able to win without having McCaffrey run it all the time. So, yes, I will be the first to admit I am a homer for Christian McCaffrey and Shanahan. Love that. Love those guys. If you guys are jealous of McCaffrey, you're jealous of your team not having McCaffrey, just remember the youngest one is going to be in this year's draft. You can get him from Rice, and he's a wide receiver.
There you go. Right, there you go. The McCaffrey brother is coming out in the draft, isn't he? That's funny.
And Atlanta's not going to draft him.
Anthony and I actually picked Detroit to win. I'm sorry. I know Sean comes in and out. Is that he's asking if we're staying? I think he's going to have a good game. But so Anthony and I picked Detroit to win, and now Tina's explaining why she thinks that's going to be the 49ers.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess if I need to make a prediction, because I did just give my opinion of what I thought if Detroit. So if you want an opinion, I will gladly give one. I am going to pick the 49ers in this game. But again, if Detroit wins, I will not be upset.
Yeah,
but I am going to pick San Francisco.
Detroit is a
to win
wonderful
this game.
story.
Yeah, it really is. It's a great story. Yeah.
It's a great story. I really do.
Yeah.
I just
100%. I'm with you. I'm with you there, Tina. I'm with you.
The script writers will be happy with either one of them winning.
Yeah, 100%. Right. That's right. The script is coming together nicely. No, I'm kidding.